All right, so we're going to go through how to do a dihybrid cross. That one gets a little bit complicated because you are dealing with two traits at one time. And so you can't just go through and do two separate Punnett squares and put them together. You have to actually do both traits at the same time. So this is a dihybrid cross. In this case, di means two, so we'll look at two traits at one time. Again, you could look at more than one, but that gets super complicated and it can be a little hard to follow. So we're just going to stick with the two. All right, so for example, let's do two traits. Let's do widow's peak, and freckles. Say those are the two that we want to look at the same time. All right, so if we just wanted to look at widow's peak, we could do one. If we just wanted to do freckles, we could do one. But if we want to look at both of them happening together, then we need to do a dihybrid cross. So let's say that mom is heterozygous for both. And I'm just going to use the letters A and B just to keep them easy. All right, both of these traits are dominant. Right, so not having widow's peak is recessive, not having freckles is recessive. So if mom is heterozygous for both, you always have to know the information right up front. If mom is heterozygous for both, then she's big A, little a, big B, little b, if she's heterozygous for both. And let's just say that dad is the same. Dad is heterozygous for both. And this is always the information that you need at the beginning of your problem. So if that's the parents, now we need to look at the gametes. So the gametes are what are all the possible combinations of A and B. All right. So this A might match up with that B. And this A might match up with that B. And this little a might match up with that big B. And this little a match up with the little b. Those are all possible combinations of A and B. Same thing for dad. All the possible combinations of A and B are what could be in his gametes. All right, so those are my four possible combinations. Now, if you remember when you did a monohybrid cross, just one, you only needed 4 boxes. But because we are working with 4 possible gametes, that means we need a 4x4 square. That might be a little small. So now I'm going to have 4x4. And I'm going to put all of the parents' gametes across the top and the side. So big A, big B, big A, little big, and little. And then I'll put this parent down the side here. Big, little big, and little. And now it's just like you do any Punnett square. You're coming down and across to match them back up. So put the A's back together and the B's back together. All right, so I'm going to do that all the way across. Big A, big B, little b. All right, coming down and across. Oops, I wrote that as a B. So again, good heterozygous format is you put the capital B first and then the little b. All right, here again, good heterozygous, I put the capital first. I really should have made this a little bigger. All right, so that's my first row. That's my first row. All right, second row, same thing, down and across, bringing the letters together. A's together, B's together. A's together, B's together. A's together, B's together. A's together, B's together. My pen is dying. All right, down here on this row, again, A's together, B's together. Sorry, I should have made this bigger. And I'm going to keep rolling. All right, so after all that, I've got all the possible combinations of A's and B's here together. And so now I need to pull them out and say, all right, well, now what are my genotypes going to look like? Okay, genotypes are always the letters. Well, let's see what all the different letter combinations are. I have a big, 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 big. That's easy. And if I think about the patterns, I could have big, 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 little. I could have big, big, little, little. And that would be all the combinations of big A with the B's. If I do the heterozygous next, big A, little a, I could have big B, big B. I could have big, little, or I could have little, little. And then if I do the recessive A's, I could have little a, big, little, little, big, little, and little, 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 all littles. Okay, so let's see if we can find these. Big, big, all bigs, I see one of those. So I had one of those. The big A's with the heterozygous B's, I see it here and here, so that's 2. Then bigs and littles, I see that right there, that's 1. Okay, and I don't see any other combinations of big A here. So now let's do the heterozygous. So that was heterozygous with the big B's. I see them there. There were 2 of those. Oh, but look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, where they're both heterozygous. And then looking around, I still see 1, 2. 2 of those right there. All right. Now we're just down to this corner here. We haven't used that yet. So I see 1 of those. I see 2 of those. And I see 1 of those. Notice that nice ratio. 1 to 2 to 1, 2 to 4 to 2, 1 to 2 to 1. Because I wrote them in this order, doing the A's first, dominant, heterozygous, and then recessive, homozygous, I get that really nice pattern. Well, let's look and see what traits they give us, because remember, we're doing widow's peak and freckles. So we could have widow's peak. Let's just think about what's possible. We could have widow's peak with freckles. I could have a widow's peak. I hope you don't mind if I abbreviate. Widow's peak and no freckles. We could have no widow's peak and freckles. Okay, so that's got both of them. That's only got the widow's peak. This one's got only the freckles. And then we could have no widow's peak and no freckles. All right, well, let's see. Let's see if we see that here. So widow's peak and freckles, because those are dominant, we're always going to see them anytime you see all dominant. And this is dominant. These are both dominant. That's not. This is dominant. This is both dominant. And none of those are. Okay? So let's see. We had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, right. All right, so 9 of those. Then we have widow's peak, but no freckles. So that would be dominant and recessive. Dominant and recessive. Dominant A, but recessive B. Dominant A, recessive B. That puts us at 3. And then no widow's peak, but freckles would be recessive, but a dominant. Recessive, but a dominant. Recessive, but a dominant. No. All right, so that puts us at 3 there. And then that just leaves this one little one that's all recessive. So 9, 3, 3, 1. Again, because I wrote it that way, you see that nice ratio. You could write them in a different order, but you don't see that ratio till you break it up. 9 out of 16, 3 out of 16. You could convert that to a percentage, right? But in the case where you've got a dihybrid cross, it's pretty common not to see it converted to a percentage. You can just leave it as a fraction. All right, hope that helps.